Good morning, or whatever it is, wherever you are. Things are supposed to be getting a little bit less cold here. Where exactly did we leave off? We had sorting, so we could select a pick, but it wasn't, I hadn't set up anything to just kind of say what it would pick every once in a while. So I'm thinking that since like live detection is going to be tricky. For instance, you could have somebody go offline 8 minutes later, I go live, but it hasn't updated that status at 10 minutes, and it tries to do a host. So, I'm probably just going to have an on-off switch for AutoHost, and then I'll work on live detection, and then once that seems to be working, I can try to hook them up as a additional condition or something. I still... Yeah, we have not logged in on this. And it's private browsing mode. Oh, okay, did get that. We did not remember any of our local storage, which is fine. Not requesting a whole bunch of stuff every time we refresh is probably decent for the moment. We're also going to have to configure the channel to host on at some point. So we've got that. We've got no... Right, if it's idle... So probably we want to turn this into like channel status or something. So that we can have a channel status live or just auto host disabled. Well, no, that should probably be separate. Host status is going to become channel status. And currently, host status, view, incapable. Is that really channel status, or is that just our status? How much do we use that? Well... Yeah, so view only uses that. We have host idle, which we set, if we do that, so you can get host idle or hosting. Host pending. So there's this, and it's distinct from host title. Because as far as Twitch is concerned, there's like offline live hosting. And then maybe we have to have like a target channel status. Although we want to refresh before we actually pick it, so we can't just say target status is hosting something. So next host, if we get a response and we have triggered maybe we just have to record we can record if it's been long enough during an event. How do we record that we've triggered this refresh? Maybe we have a channel status and like an auto host status, which can be like off, waiting, pending. Which could work into whether we're logged in or not. Would then be incapable. Some of these are such generic words. Disabled host pending. No, I've already got host title. Well, I guess it could be idle with hosting and it would be fine. But that actually is moving that. This is going to be more than I want to do at once. Is incapable. Because there's there's logged in, and there's auto host disabled. Alright, that keeps it, well, it's got host pending. Alright, that shouldn't cause any actual errors. And then channel status. He's trying to come on there. So we want to eventually kind of move incapable over to there. Oh, no, we want to go to this. Next host, we want to change auto host. And we named it that for at least now. This is close. Can leave that there for now. This is host target, which is going to be channel status. I might want to reset out of host status as well. This is join. So we've just joined the room. Actually, I have to be a little bit careful here, because I don't want to overwrite incapable. I don't know if we've joined, then we're not going to be incapable. We're going to reset you to, we just call it idle. Oh, this doesn't encapsulate enabled disabled. Oh, we don't actually have that feature yet. Oops. Subscriptions. If channel status equals that, and this is where they kind of got entangled before. Auto host status equals idle. Okay, it compiles. And then what does... Okay, that's channel status. This is, do we have... This is auto host status, incapable or not. This is, we need to redo these values. Okay, so that kind of slid us over to having this other thing here. So now we've got that for some of the stuff. So channel status can be offline. Hosting or live. Then that becomes there. All right, capable 2, we got that one. It's also unhostable. I'm going to start FU assuming offline. Incapable channel status. We're going to assume offline. Host idle. This is host target. Oh, this could be either offline or online. Really? Join. We assume offline. If it's offline. Okay, that took care of all the replacements. We certified capable when we're logged in. I could keep the auth there, don't have to keep it in every state. Maybe instead of idle, we do enabled, even though that's a generic term. Ooh. For now, yes. No, actually, it's still just pending. And probably we want to actually initialize that to disabled. And we'll need a control for it then. I really need to redo the UI in this as well. Alright, so auto-enabled. Then our view. So I guess custom styling the browse box could be useful for shrinking stuff. Or we could have a menu for import export. Well, I export a lot. And we have radio here for this. It's actually a checkbox. Alright, so that's that one item. And am I calling this, has the convention been like view, display, header view, navigation item, live streams view? Auto host controls. Attributes name. This is a UI message. And technically I haven't used that name message yet. Checked if current value, which is model dot auto host status, is we have two values here essentially. Of, I guess I gotta do list in. Incapable false. Auto enabled true. Pending true, and disabled if model.autohost status equals incapable. Oh, do you get a bool or do you get a value? This is not a title, this is a value. For AutoHost, and then where do we put you? Refresh requests, display login. Well, technically, that's only even available. You can also get it from here. And we're going to need a space. Oh, and then we have to send a message. We have to respond to a message. Add channel, remove channel, host clicked, navigate. Does that type check? Deuces, but the previous elements in the list are... Oh, because I pulled the bit out of an LI. But it should be just that one div. Okay, hostable, 2 of 2, 1 of 2. Type mismatching view. Still produces a list. Diabled. Oh no, this is... I thought I'd done all this. Okay. Missing possibilities. Are there any errors back in the view? 1 of 1. UI view.autohost. Enabled. Model. We can only enable it in certain Actually, do I need incapable? Well, it might simplify certain things. Then it complicates other things. Because it could just be disabled. Well, there's also whether we're connected to chat. You get that from IRC connection, but then that's like some other stuff we have to dig into to check this. But it means that this event has to be a case of model.autohost status and enabled. Incapable anything goes back to incapable. Auto disabled and true goes to true. Auto enabled and false goes to false. Now, actually, either of these just go to enabled. And pending is a tricky one. Oh no, it's not just because this is auto enabled, auto disabled. There might have to be a catch-all here, because we've got 2 cases of this. We've got pending. We could do these 2 cases explicitly. And then pending. Anything goes to pending anything. Although really, pending false should really go to auto disabled. Command.none. Oh, I didn't have a... We do have to close this, though. And then... debug.log. That is actually their line number. I didn't mean to do there. And then it should also get reset by those events. And the UI still stinks. Also, is that actually... Well, I might have some limits on that, but that seems to have new lined on me. Maybe that's just because it's a checkbox? Or maybe I have some styles that tell it to do that? No, not especially. Oh gosh, this is like display block. I need to redo the UI anyway. So that's there. We're in view. Subscriptions, if it's enabled, we go to next host. Next host goes to pending. If it's still pending and we go down to 0, then we pick something. After 1 second. Oh, it's not enabled by default. So we got our refresh, we picked. And that hasn't changed the stream status. So channel status is not actually... That used to be the same. We have a... So why is it not picking again? Maybe, well, because I haven't actually issued a host, which changes the host status to hosting, and then we eventually get the host off that triggers it again. Get diff. No, we don't want to put that. Auto host. Toggle switch, so it can be manual for now. And to make it simply manual, we would just have to hook up the extracting the host channel function. Which is actually not that much. We should still do that. We don't have any other abstraction of IRC commands right now. So we've got chat response, we've got chat connection update. It's going to be a model, and it's going to return a command message. It's the IRC connection. We do need a target. ID user channel. So this makes our command host channel target. Oh, we need the model for the channel. I guess I could actually do the just IRC connection there. It's just connection status. Alright, we can only, there's a limit to how often you can issue these. So we can't do a whole lot of testing with it. Well, maybe we want more like... $10 seconds? Which is just slightly inconvenient the way this is set up. Oh, and another thing I can do is I can actually bring up that app on my channel to see if we get the host target message, which is something I've been trying to see if that is in fact what we get. One, two, three, four, five. Oh. 1, 2, turn that off. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Picking, refresh. Oh, I didn't actually call it. I abstracted the one in the button. Debug.log. Got a lot of error messages. So picking in this so now we've got to command.batch command 2 and host channel m2.irc connection name. It probably has been a while since I drank something. Oh, we had another closing bracket there, so I missed. Oh, that one. I need some styling for auto host mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, in my other window, no, the browser window, so in Twitch chat proper, we get is now hosting you. In here, we get nothing. So I guess I still have to add just like all the extra capabilities to get that notice. Maybe what I need to do sometime is inspect that and see if I can find Twitch chat's IRC connection. I might do that in Chrome, because I've actually seen messages in Chrome. I have not in Firefox. Oh well. So in theory, this will, well, we can try this once. Because we only get 2 host commands here. Exited host mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It saw that we stopped hosting. Did I reset? Yeah, I didn't reset auto host status. Where is, that's M2. So if we, in both of these cases, we need to do that. And I don't know if I've got enough host commands to try this again. But in theory, that works. As long as it compiles. Because we have to clear this pending status. That's the only way we clear the pending status right now. Oh, there's also, okay, else. Yeah, that should be fine. And I don't know if the time is useful because I kind of have to wait for that, for the host commands per half hour to reset before I can even do this again. So at 10 minutes, it'll try every 10 minutes. It resets 3 per half hour, so it'll kind of work out. I've never actually seen what happens if it gets a rate limit reset. Get diff. So reset U. Issue host command when enabled. Now right now we're not doing any live status tracking of the channel we're supposedly using. And probably want to start identifying that separately, even though it's kind of the same. Joined gets set to user channel. Channel comes from okay, so that is, but that's not the join channel. Yeah, we're using model.auth login right now. We need like a model dot auto host channel or something. So I could pick people from... I've already got a channel lookup method. I could... Actually, you know what? I've been bad at taking breaks lately. So this is a little bit of a feature break. I'm going to take a short break, be back in a few minutes, make sure the water's topped off and I've just stretched a little bit. And we'll try to think about how do we set up the thing for picking what channel we are going to be doing auto hosts on. Whoa, that was a little bit of a close call.
It's too unlikely. So we're using our Gurya. It gives us increased strength. Oh, frick you, game! I hate you so much. Oh well. 14 strength. That's pretty sweet. But is that what they started with? Because that doesn't get boosted up, right? As far as I know. Okay, so we need to do some more debugging. So the issue is when it comes out here, it wants to go in either direction. So when it comes out, I think we need to make sure. But why would it ever try and go backwards? There's an exit over here.
Mode. And I guess I'll select, these are really simple, so game in edge mode now, so I want to switch back to faces, Alt, right click. Guess we'll go ahead and click, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Control Z. Alright, right click, oh, just shift right click.
Hey. Ow! Ow! And fight's almost over. Ow! Ow! Fight's over.
Okay, welcome back. So, I'm wondering if I should use my existing lookup mechanism and then say, okay, pick that as our host on channel. Or, if we should have a separate control for saying, okay, host on this channel. I think we're going to end up needing to persist that separately. For the channel lookup, well, I can start differentiating the model and then just set that when we update auth login. That will let our internal data structure start adjusting. Then we can start setting up the infrastructure to poll for the target channel, whether it is currently live. So auth login. Auto channel, maybe string. Oh. I was wondering if I could actually use my auto status for that. The problem is you have that awkward intermediary stage where you're logging in and you're incapable of doing anything, but you would still know the channel to do it on. But you're incapable... But then, like, you'd have to have disabled with channel known, enabled with channel known, pending with channel known, and possibly incapable with channel known. And it's definitely going to get persisted separately. So it's kind of awkward. Oh, and that's auth login. Well, I still want to know who I'm logged in as. And then for the time being, auto channel is the same. Map to WebSocket open. This is Nick. This is, so we use this several places here. Logged in, join. Nothing. Okay, so actually we only use it here, joining channel. So this is going to be auto channel. Oops, login. Login as... And then view. This is a maybe. Maybe dot with default. And I might actually have to have some other extra controls because we're kind of incapable of doing anything in that situation. Well, you won't join a room if you're not there. More parentheses. Okay, yes. Now that says what we are hosting on. Separate model field for channel to manage. And we are already set up so it issues commands on that channel and it joins that room. Or rather, it joins that room and then whatever, then it uses that for, and that's the room it's joined, so it uses that in the IRC command. So that puts us back to the UI problem. Well, we're also going to want to persist that. So you can't auto-host if you don't have the channel set. So if we simply didn't set the channel and then switched off that maybe, then that wouldn't even be a maybe. Do we have connection status in here? We do not. So technically, you could pull out current channel from there and then say that's what we're hosting on. But we do need to know who we are going to target when we get connected. So we need to know. Oh, let's do live polling. That's what we were setting up for. But since it's a separate thing, it's like we've got streams. But that's all. But that response is going to do a whole bunch of games and unknown users and stuff. Oh, and we're actually going to need 2 steps here because we're probably going to put in a name. Well, you can fetch live streams by name, I think. No, code redemption. Oops. Looking for reference. R got me. Ooh, although, if it's not live, there will be no answer. User login. I mean, we can try issuing it for an offline stream and see what happens. See if we get, like, not live. If you do a particular user. Well, no, I query for a batch of users and it just comes back empty. Well, still, given a name, well, doing the user ID lookup is going to be a way to validate we have the right ID. And the join might also fail. But that's a reasonable check that we typed something correctly. So we have to have specific responses for doing user lookup on a specified user, doing do we already have self? Yes, but it's not self. This is to get the username of the authenticated user. This is channel, which is going to look a lot like, well, I must have undone. So in addition to auto channel, no, when we say put in the ID, we go fetch it. If it comes back, we can still record the channel. And we can still do live stream by name. But the user lookup will act as our user validation. Channel. This is going to set the auto channel if successful. And since I'm copying the code here, I should probably switch back to this style. This is like some kind of old code. I haven't done this in a while. And maybe I should go ahead and accept the noise to fix this up in all around. Copy this from users. Although it should have been a separate commit, really. You always see these things you want to do while you're working on something else. Oof, this is more than I thought. All right, channel. That would be for a UI control, not for the live. So I didn't even need that necessarily. Well, we can set up some of the mechanics for it. Make sure that compiles. So we have fetch self. You know what? Fetch users by ID. Fetch users by login URL. Actually, I can reuse that. I can't reuse this because the tagger is different. I could set this up to accept the tagger, because that's really all it's doing. And the tagger here is, unfortunately, this big nasty thing. Is a result http.error list helix.user to message or I just copy pasted the code. I mean, I guess the code really shouldn't be worrying about how we're getting there. You are going to be, yeah, and that just gives us the interface of, oops, missed that one. Interface of string. So we can't have an empty list. Really, it's just fetch channel. Although, only difference is channel, fetch login by... And then, when we do... We can make this superfluous request. Fetch channel user.displayname. So that will end up setting channel, and then if it gets set, we know all that succeeded. Auto host on Wondabot, excellent. Ooh. Oh, because I sent a command with response. Yeah, I need to actually pending requests. So we can maintain our API request limit. Model.pending requests. This stuff. Oops. I bumped caps lock. That's what happened. All right, so now we have it, and our request count is still accurate. All right, so we have mechanics to look up a channel. And we also rearranged some logging stuff. Calls to look up a channel by name. So when we do our data refresh for a auto host, we also want to look up, so we've got streams. We need the status, current status of the channel. We could put those together. We could put, I've already got channel status. Naming is hard. Streams. Channel stream. This is going to be a little bit more like user, where we care whether it is a stream and anything, or if it is an OK empty list. So in this case, what we care about here is that this exists pretty much. So I only want to overwrite live or offline here. Model, channel status equals channel status. If we already have it as hosting, if it's offline and we got a stream, and we are live. If it is hosting and we got a stream, then it is live. No, actually, yeah, offline is the one that matters. If we got a stream object, we are live. If we did not get a stream object, then things get interesting. Okay. Model channel status of. If we were live and we are now offline, then we are offline. If we were hosting, if we believed we were hosting and the channel is still offline, then we are, I mean, we stay hosting whoever. It is unchanged. If it was offline and it stays offline. Let's catch all. Okay, so when we do an update, do I still have picking? Yes, I still have picking. Let's not actually issue those. Although probably cooled off our last command, I did want to check its response. But let's check the live fetch first. Which means I still haven't issued a command to do that yet. Fetch streams by IDs. So this is going to be a whole new setup. Fetch channel stream by login. Type equals live. And that in the filter is live. Maybe I misread that. It defaults to a reasonable number. I could just say first one, but actually, it is rerun. I think rerun is really the only thing. But if the channel is live at all, we don't want to be hosting it. User login. I wasn't doing any... Yeah, we weren't doing any fix-up on that. Okay, single field. My login. There's the thing to be empty. This is going to be channel stream. I forgot to put URL on this. Okay, that compiles. We have to actually, call the code somewhere. And that will be when we set to pending. Refresh user streams, fetch next user stream batch. Arguably, we could fetch the channel status first to avoid doing all of these requests. So even though this is not a terribly big deal, it's going to flow nicer with what we've got. Fetch next user stream batch. Or maybe just append requests would do it. That might work. Yeah, that would do it. No, equals pending. Probably why do you want to prepend that? Fetch channel stream. Oh. Model dot auto channel. Maybe dot map fetch user stream, and maybe dot with default command dot none. I guess I could have taken had fetch channel take a maybe. Or fetch channel stream. So that works. It's really long. So we want to see if when we time out, we fetch the live status of our target channel. Streams get response. Yep, data nothing. Oh, are we actually? That should turn it off. Huh. It is a timer. Now before, when I issued the host command, it didn't do anything. So this will eventually be a longer timer, which will take care of that. Somewhat. Subscriptions. Channel status equals offline, and auto host status equals enabled. Then we check every timeout, which will eventually be like 10 minutes. I might just need to have like a testing button that triggers the first one early so that remaining timeouts will be reasonable. So it's definitely refreshing the status. What did I want to check? I wanted to check that if we transitioned to offline, it would rehost. Okay, I think we're compiled. Okay, it refreshed. It issued the host. We should get an exited host mode if we go live, so that'll take care of some of it, and then it rehosts one host command. It will normally be a much more reasonable delay. And yeah, update channel status. It'll be part of the batch of things that get out, so it should be back by the time we actually look at auto hosting. Oh, you know what? We need to double check that because this is part of a sequence of events. If auto host status equals pending, then, so we need to double check that if m2.channel status is offline, and then this is starting to get turned into a rather nasty little conditional here. And is the Elm compiler being mad about indentation here? It sometimes gets upset. I'm wondering if I should pull this out as a... Well, we touched this code. Maybe it's the next step. Say if empty, look for auto host. Just so that we see that the overall logic of that is, well, it was originally to decrement request. We also deal with the request idle state. Check. Oh. If we get back so there's actually another way to do this. I mean, this is probably not a bad sanity check. But when we get back a channel stream, because we could get locked into pending here. If we get back live, well, it depends on the auto host status, doesn't it? If we get back not live, we move to offline. That's a state where we should not have done something. Or it should not have been doing something. But if we get back live, we should probably check auto host status. I think pending is the only thing we care about. I guess you could technically do an if here as well. Equals pending, then if it was pending, then we had to have been enabled. I think I like the default indentation of this better, so that might indicate it's a better fit for this. Pending. So it should still be checking for channel status even if it's enabled. Well, I mean, live should have given us a host off. But no, unless it was... Right, syntax change. Unless we were kind of in that waiting period and then it went live in the meantime. Which is the main thing I'm worried about, really. Check channel live status before hosting. And then we're back to our UI problem. Could cram some more stuff in and then try to address pulling out the infrequent controls. So we're going to end up sending a message. We might want to remove for this too. So now that needs to be handled by maybe this isn't a good base here. Auto host, host on. Okay, it's a lower, sure. Persisted, pending users. so we want to... we could see if it's not equal to our current one, I guess, to avoid a lookup. Not going to matter much. Alright, looks like I've been drinking enough water, so I'm going to take another short break and be back in a few minutes. I promise I'll sing a song for you. Wouldn't be the first time. Okay. What? You didn't tell me this was gonna have a...
Oh, please don't say
You didn't tell me that was gonna be the end?
Oh, gotcha. Right. Fahrenheit. I live in a country that uses ye old Celsius. So I was like, what? But that totally makes sense. 100%. Okay, let's get liquefiable stuff. This is ice and snow. Copy your settings over. Like that. Participated in doing carrot farms so far tonight, and a big part of that has been that this game's really goddamn overwhelming, and I just didn't know what I was doing. But there's a lot of... Okay.
Many viewers. May as well just start the game then. So, as you probably know, Oxygen Not Included has created...
Alright, welcome back. We want to check. We could avoid a little bit of work if it's a duplicate, but And this is an API. This is going to be an API request. So when we got right now host next host, we did that's not a maybe, but it is append requests. Actually, is that the same thing we're going to have to do when fetch self if auth? Yeah, that was doing the append requests. But what I actually wanted was the self response. Oh. So we could do it that way. And then is that what I called it? No, it's just on channel. And then this is like all other stuff. Name. Oh, I was saying display name. I probably don't want display name. This is going to be the user API. It's on one document here, isn't it? Get users. Login. So this one. This actually, I don't think we ever use auth login in a data way. We use it for Nick, which has been okay so far. But we do end up using this as a login. Channel. We also use this as a channel name. Display name. This is name. Host channel. Yeah. And that was a value lookup. That's an actual display name. It's user. Okay. I think I really need to log in a couple of those places. It just happens to be the same on Wondabot and on me. Oh, I didn't have login there. Yeah, so we're going to have to hope that works. I may have to start keeping logins for these to host them. I may have to set up a test for that some. Actually, I can probably do that with the full-on thing. But that is just the messages. So I kind of want to keep a small file. Although it's an easy thing to make. This is going, well. All right, so then we. Well. Okay, so currently hosting there. We bring in the big old thing. Do we have anybody? Well, I've been using display names in my own host commands, and I've never had a problem. So that should be fine. Okay. Anyway, we need a UI, a temporary UI for this. I guess we'll use some of the same styling for now. Oh, but it can't be ID. Wow. Host on channel. Value. This could actually be value, couldn't it? Do we have a full model here? Model dot auto channel AB dot with default. Okay, host on that channel. Oh, I'm going to have to hook up a bunch of resets when this gets changed. Whole bunch of resets. Okay, so that... You saw a little blink there as the state went through. So that's a little eh. Oh, right, because that was the validation period. Maybe I should... I'm not sure I have a good way around that. Now, I can have this control only appear if we are logged in, which would be auto host status not equal to incapable. I guess we could do equals incapable, then it is nothing. No. Else it is so yeah, once we're logged in, that becomes available. I need to think about the UI of that a little bit. A lot. Okay. Oh, I still need to persist this. But this is the ability to it's the ability to change it. UI to change channel to host on, but we haven't like left the room or anything. So what do we need to... We need to part hostable host on channel. Oh, so when fetch channel comes back, we may need to do stuff. Fetch channel, comes back on channel. Oh my gosh. Okay. Auto channel. Oh, you know what? We've got a chat status thing. But when this happens, we also need to update the live status of the correct channel. Fetch channel, stream. This only exists in a maybe right now, huh? User.login. The chat stuff. Chat update. Update chat. Oh, chat response. And then below that is chat connection update. Which changes the auto channel. Logged in, joining, joined. Just channel. Just target. I don't think you can force equality there. Will that even compile? Yep, has multiple login variables. So if login not equal to channel, then we need to send I might need to model here. Oh no, here we have channel. So that should include that. And for consistency, else nothing. And am I looking for part? Because logged in. Okay, already got that. Detected error. Right, we changed this. Wait. Joining. Although arguably joining and joined maybe should be using the same syntax. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. Much I would have liked to see that. What the heck? So let's not send a command here. This is the new thing we've done, so I think that was a host. Let debug.log channel target. These are the kinds of things we're afraid of. Oh, and we lost our state. Okay, one to bot, one to bot, one to bot, one to bot. We seem to be hitting that multiple times. Oh, because this is testing it. Right. Oh, and its login. Channel not equal to target. And indeed, this is going to be... That may have been enough right there. Okay, I don't think we're seeing that at all. Here we can... One to bot, one to bolt. It went off twice. Because we went through chat connection update without doing anything. Do I need a parting? Because this would also put me right back if I do it to any of these. Because I don't want to reissue that. If we get a join message, we just go to joined. If we are in joined and we get a nothing, we just close it. And this is host, so we're only concerned with joined. Okay, so we go to parting. So that we will not re-enter there. And this is where I want to test that. Right, model where. IRC connection equals. Okay, only happens once. So I'm going to move you back up here. Make that our command. And see if we can not go crazy. Okay, not initially. Okay, wonderful. Part join. Which means that we didn't print anything for the part message. Okay, we moved rooms. Whether that, I guess we have to consider our model state, but that ended up being kind of a significant thing. Oh, we wanted to consider if we were... No, we did. Yeah, if we have no target, then just log out. Oop. Change chat rooms if target channel changes. We probably need to reset our host status immediately. We need to reset our host timeout for certain. What we're really looking for is when channel comes back as the switch over. Auto channel, auto host status. Channel status, we're going to refresh. I guess we don't really have an unknown state, do we? And I might want to start breaking this up into better sets of things. So auto channel IRC connection, channel status, and auto host status. Well, it's not going to necessarily change to incapable. We're going to fetch channel stream, but we should probably... We need to assume something. In case we don't get any event there. Well, do we want to assume offline? If it'll either be currently hosting... Yeah, we won't get a not hosting if it's not hosting. Auto host status, not going to be incapable. Auto disabled, auto enabled, pending. Well, we should probably reset pending. But otherwise it doesn't really change. Except for pending. wondering if we want an unknown for channel status now, because that is, in fact, a state it could be in. It won't make sense to host myself, but... Okay, so we reset that. Doesn't appear to be hosting right now. Yeah, it's a pretty minor change so far. So, channel status can in fact be unknown. I mean, I guess we could you can kind of say, oh, well, it's offline if you don't know, but... And hopefully there's no contention for the name unknown. This is going to break a couple of cases. Oh, we never do a case on channel status. Okay. If it's equal to... if it's known, it's equal to live. If it's there... Channel stream fetch error. Channel status is unknown. Okay, so live, oh. But they were never complete, so this is why, this is the danger of, doing the fall-throughs. That's auto host status. This is a hard set to live. And now we're at half of the cases specified. So this is starting to make me nervous now. Well, I was actually the farthest one down, and offline. Which is just offline. And I guess I could say hosting name goes to hosting name, but... Unknown offline hosting live. Alright, so we've got hosting. Channel status equals hosting. Channel status equals offline. We did live, we did offline. Did we do offline? And it's equal to offline. Then we're clear to host. IRC connection. If the... Ooh. The WebSocket was closed. I'm not actually sure we should do anything about that. Because that doesn't direct... I mean, it kind of resets our state. This is... Oh, this is another reset of channel status. I don't think immediately does anything for us or to us here. Unknown. Channel. We got a user. It's unknown. We need to fetch channel stream. Because that was a hard set to offline, so that's roughly equivalent. So if we've queried the status, we think we know it. Subscriptions. Host target. Oh, we don't technically know it's offline here. We could check for live, but this event happens immediately, whereas the live status is often delayed. So this is technically unknown. We get that event. But usually it means we just let host mode into offline. And then I'll start our timer. The timer should be long enough. Oh, you know what? That's probably down to polling delay. It might be live if you just happened to ask right then. Fetch channel stream. So, a lot like this. Channel status is unknown. We got a user login here, though. Although actually, well, this is oh, it's actually right there. for our convenience. Oh, wait. String.split target of... Oh, yeah, params. Line.params. Oh, that's the channel. The channel would have to be hash converted. So the other, let's see, do I have the other version of this somewhere? Yes. And cone. Yep. Oop. Forgot the old one. Alright, so that's if we get host off. You can see that if we get host off, we refresh the channel status. Which I might, depending on how this goes. Is it directory? Well, it's not, but... And it always forgets this because I'm in private mode. And forgets all this stuff to get the other browser session. I had this up, but it was part of my panic close. Oh, this did not give me currently hosting. Get streams. Yeah, current status of our stream. Cool. Refresh stream status on host change. Monthly host off. So then the only other thing, and this might actually not be too big of a deal, Although I do want to be thinking about wrapping up soon. We have auth and we have auto channel. Persist encode. Right, so this turns into a list.append. So I think it's list flatten. Concatenate a bunch of lists. But then it has to be a list of lists. Case p dot auto channel. Just channel. List. Oh, commas. Then our decode's going to be mad. Maybe field auto channel. Then we're going to have the wrong number of arguments to a bunch of things. Persist. Auto channel. It was state. Auto channel. Wait. Oh, because I can get it from model.auth in that case. That's still a reasonable default. Unless it's state auth, which we just reloaded. You had authenticated and then you loaded. Load state only happens on startup. We did an auth channel somewhere. So now if we do this, and we do this. Oh, I need to persist when setting host on a channel. Which is going to be our only command, so we can use persist. Right, because it defaulted the auth somewhere. Yeah, yeah. Auth login, if known. Okay, one to bowl. Ooh, we did not load that correctly. Auto channel 1 to bot. That is... Maybe I reloaded too soon. That is not updating. Persist auto channel. Encode. It's saving the value. P.auto channel. What? What? Oh, it hadn't recompiled yet. Joined room 1 to bowl. Persist. Auto channel. So that has not updated yet. No, because it's not here. Well. It is when we get the channel back and it's verified. Did I preempt the compile again? Did I end up removing that? Does bug out? No, there it is. No, it's badges. Oh, no, wait, there it is. Host on channel 1 to bowl. No, I think that was me redoing it again. What? I must have done the wrong thing. What did we just update? we updated self is not the right thing. What do we have here before? Not self. This is channel. All right, so it does that, rejoins the room. Persists. Okay, so something's overriding it during the startup here. Oh, just user.login. Fetch channel stream. This is not necessarily true anymore. Fetch channel stream. Case state auto channel. Loaded mstate case debug.log. Loaded. Okay, storage got reset in the reload somehow. Loaded. Persists. One to bot. So what we're looking for is fetch channel on self. That's a reasonable default, but only if it's not set. Case model.auto channel of just anything is nothing. Nothing is fetch this user. Okay, we loaded and it's stuck. That was a little bit more than I was hoping for. Still got a debug log in here. Probably got maybe a couple. Got our loaded. And we still have persists. Oh, we changed 472. Some spacing. Reformatted all that stuff. Persist auto host channel. Alright, so that's something I can be trying out in the future. Alright, so this is the AutoHost branch, which is looking pretty good now. Well, the UI is terrible. But it's not a bunch of half-implemented stuff. Oh, I also, I do want to work out a better way to do login somewhere. Maybe some way to get Twitch does have a way to get the auth tokens for using bots. So maybe just a way to enter that. Because right now I have to use the private session to get it working on there. Okay, I got kind of a halfway state there as all the files updated. But that is all we can do for now. Yeah, because AutoHost is off, so it'll be fine to sit there and maybe get turned on later. Well, we'll also have to give it real data. Oh, this is, yeah. Huh. Yeah, only a couple got saved there. Interesting. Anywho, that is it for the code stream. If anybody's here for code, thanks for hanging out. Maybe next time. If you'd like to hang out a little bit longer, I'm going to be doing some Stepmania. That's obviously a very different thing. So if you're moving on, thanks for stopping by. I think I need to do something with this layer. This might have just been on from before, though. Last time I had trouble with it. So I don't have any of my microphone should be off layers. Anyway, thanks for the hosts. Normally doing programming in the mornings and then occasionally Stepmania afterwards. I often kind of go a little late, so that pushes Stepmania late. I still need to take a proper look outside, but I'm leaning towards going out this afternoon. Looks like it's starting to shape up a little bit out there. But yeah, if you want to hang out, I'll be back for Stepmania in a few minutes. Otherwise, bye for now and goodbye.